Welcome to Brave Inspires Brave, the podcast that ignites the flame of bravery and empowers leaders of today and tomorrow. I'm your host, Heather McWilliam, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this incredible journey.
But how important for you and to so many others would you say is having a support system? And what do you say to those that maybe are going through something similar where they need to leave the environment that they're in and they don't have a support system?
When this happened to me in 1997, there was absolutely nothing. Today, we have so many resources that weren't available back then. For me, I believe that if I would have had somebody to share with, somebody with a similar experience or, something like it, then we could have traded stories, right? And I think that would have helped me heal a lot faster. But like I said, I was the only one. I thought I was the only one because I never heard anybody else talk about intimate partner violence or domestic violence, whatever you want to call it. And it's very hard, but we can never give up. And sharing our story is so important because the silence harbors our perpetrators and it gives them more fire if we don't share our stories. But one thing that we really have to be careful with is that if we share our stories, we need to know that there's a safe space to share it in and always have a safety plan. I had no safety plan. I wasn't scared because I didn't think I had to. Obviously I did, but back then, I had no clue. I still to this day, I can't understand what happened. I never thought to this day that this man, even though he was a monster, I never thought he would do what he did. And that's why we can never be too sure. So we always, always need safety plans. And there are so many resources out there to help us that I didn't have when I was going through this. There's so many places you can call. And if if you need help, I'm always available too. If somebody wants to reach out and ask me for resources, what I do, what I've been doing for all these years now, for the past 4 years, I've been if somebody reaches out and asks for help, then I ask them where they're from. And then I've connected with so many people around the world that I just connect these people to the professionals, people that know exactly, that would have all the resources, and I connect them with them. And it's worked out. I even helped a woman all the way from Papua New Guinea.
Amazing. That is amazing. I mean, brave inspires brave right there.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm so proud to say that she's doing great. What happened is on Facebook when I first started, I was really trying to, share my story anywhere that I could to make people listen. And I saw this little organization on Facebook, and they had, I think it was Women Who Speak. And so I just shared a little bit about my story, and she saw my message on there. She contacted me, and I was with the campaign in Australia. And I didn't realize this, but the people that I knew in Australia were able to help her get back to her hometown and get her kids back, get her passport. And a little while ago, maybe a year ago, she messaged me and she said, I'm back home. I have my kids. She was with her family again. So that just, that's how much of a reach you can have if you don't give up and you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And you know what? It's very hard to do that because people don't believe that you can do it, but you need to believe in yourself. And
So important.
nobody can do it for you.
That's right.
I could have laid there and just felt sorry for myself the rest of my life. And it's so hard for us to get up and fight because our brain fights against us. And it was so hard for me. But and there's a lot of days I couldn't get out of bed and I didn't want to get out of bed. And I still have those days sometimes, but it's nothing compared to what it was. And this journey has been so beautiful. Even though I suffered all that trauma, I would go back and do it all over again to get to this day now. I started really, really hard on this about 4 years ago. It'll be 5 years in November. My mom passed away when my mom was dying of pancreatic cancer. And her last words to me were Colette, get rid of everything that hurts you. And at the time, I was so distraught losing my mom, my best friend. I had no clue what she meant. And then a couple of months after, COVID hit. So COVID gave me all the time in the world to try and soul search and figure out what my mom meant. And I would talk to my son about it all the time. I want people to know that it's not easy for us going through all this stuff. It's not easy to get a job. People, like society thinks that you should just get over it and just move on, but it's not possible. Like PTSD, you don't control yourself. That disease controls you. And it's very, very hard. And
I want to say that what you're doing, Colette, and how you are sharing your story and how you're able to remain so resilient and positive and bringing light to so many and what you're giving to people, it's truly, truly a miracle. And I want you to share what came out on the other side as well is the documentary. If you want to share with everyone, maybe how that's giving you even more hope to inspire more people to, take charge and to make sure that their life is where they want it to be, where it needs to be, and where it should be. Not just for those who are experiencing the violence and those who are victims of it, but those who are causing the violence, and maybe be able to understand, a little bit more about how their actions are really affecting not only the victim, but how that affects their lives as well. And to get better, it is not the answer. So I think that what has come out from your documentary definitely highlights those things.
Yeah.